Today in Sports Report, football, Almaty makes a new story and leaves the League of Europe. Fitness, Mr. and Miss Kazakhstan were chosen in the southern capital. The crazy energy of this match was felt several days before its start. The southern capital was alive with football, and the previous match could not be left without the attention of its fans. Over several days, the tickets were bought out by Almaty citizens and ensured a full field for the game. Kairat has been a step closer to the main net to the European Cup for the first time in its history. Bordeaux is not a leader of the French Championship, and the team is far from Europa League, but we should note that Bordeaux plays in one of the strongest championships of Europe. Their next rival, Kairat, has a big name. Although Girondins don't have any victories in the Champions League or were not winners of the Cup as compared to the previous opponents of the team of Vladimir Wises, Crvena Zvezda or Aberdeen. Nevertheless, the French team has had a great football history. Bordeaux is a champion and winner of its country. Besides, in the 90s, Girondins could win the Cup of Inter Otto and reach the final of UEFA. In the first match in France, Kairat lost with a minimum score. That is why it was very important to score a minimum of 2 goals and not to miss. The start of the match was more successful for Kairat. The second hand on the clock could not make a full circle by the time the Almaty team scored its first goal. Isail made a long pass from the right flank. Riera got the ball and sent it to the gate. Cedric Yamere was the first on the ball and resent it to the back of his goalkeeper. 1-0. Such a discouraging start gave hope to the successful outcome of the two-leg confrontation. Girondins were not going to dry the game, and after a missed goal, they went forward. Bordeaux started acting very fast in the attack, but it was not enough, because Kairat was not leaving their defense and in the first opportunity tried to go forward. The most dangerous moment of Bordeaux in the first time was the kick of Vabi Chazri, who was close to the ball because of a penalty, and that one whistled over the crossbar. The second time didn't bring anything principled. Each of the teams continued to stick to its line, and it was difficult to distinguish someone. There were no leaders in the field. The initiative was moved from the guest to the host, and on the contrary. An equal game made one think about a possible series of 11 meters, but Islambek Kouat cancels an extra time and penalty. Isail sent the ball from the left flank, and Kouat resends the ball to the far corner from himself, 2-0. The rostrum explodes with ovation. The head coach of the French team, Vili Sanol, decides to make 2 substitutes and releases Sams and Kriv Ili to the field. The French coach was right with such an arrangement. 15 minutes before the end of the match, young Kriv Ili sends the ball to the gates of Plotnikov. This goal drew the French with Kairat with a number of scored balls, but it gave more advantage to them. In the last minutes of the major time, Go turned up in the penalty area, but from a good position could not score. Almaty team spent 5 compensated minutes in the attack but couldn't score any goals. No one believed Kairat from the first qualifying round, but the Almaty team reached the stage of playoff. If to say that Kairat performed deservedly, so there is nothing to say. Kairat presented all the fans of football 8 exciting matches of high class and made its rivals surrender on the field of the Central Stadium. The wards of Vladimir Wise could replay absolutely all his opponents in the League of Europe at home.
Мы играли на грани своих возможностей.
We played and did all the best we could. I think life is like football. It is not fair every time. Today's truth is that we played, but we lost. We were very close to great success and played with a wonderful team. So the team will have a short break and then come back to the internal championship. The Europa League is finished, but the season is ongoing and the most interesting football is still ahead. In the framework of the 24 tour of the Native Football Championship, Almaty Kairat had a big win over Pavlodar Irtish. Latest time, the host had a hard schedule, and just 2 days before this meeting, they came back from a hard battle in the League of Europe. Besides, this match had a special background. The game with the Northerners in the latest time became principal for the team of Vladimir Wise, and the transfer of the match on the same day increased the degree of principals. The start of the match was bright and unexpected. At first, the experienced Alassane Nidi jumped higher, but Plotnikov was in his place, and on the 7th minute, Ronk Atto, in full connivance of defenders, opens the score. For the fans and players of Kairat, a missed ball became like a bucket of cold water. The Almaty team went forward to replay, and Riera delayed, and the defender was able to send the ball out. Such tactics was good for Irtish, and the Pavlodar team looked for a chance in counterattacks. Fans liked such a tempo of the game, and they called the team to go forward. On the 15th minute of the match, Islambek Kuwat, after the pass of Riera, takes the game and beats to the far corner in cold blood. Loria was powerless, and 1-1 was on the scoreboard. Almaty didn't stop and continued to attack, but the kicks went forward to Riera, Kukiev, and Dispotovic were fruitless. Completing the first time with good territory advantage, the players of Wise again created a goal moment. Kuwat from the flank plays to Isail exactly, but the Brazilian, being in a good position, could not score properly. It was a draw after the first 45 minutes. The start of the second time was staked by Kuwat. After his pass, Kuantayev was unlucky to score to the gates. Irtish replied with its own attack, and it seemed like a goal took place in the situation. Nidiai kicked powerfully from far away, and again painful blows to the ambitions of Almaty. Vladimir Wise sent heavy artillery. Islam Khan and Gerard Go appeared on the field. The quality of Kairat was significantly increasing, and the power of defenders of Irtish was significantly dissolving. The Ivorian would have drawn the score after an accurate pass of Isail. He played for the lead but couldn't reach the gate. Go used his second chance when he flew higher than the others and redirected the ball with his head to the gate of David Lorry. And in 8 minutes, the head score of Kairat, again after the pass of the same Isail, sends the ball to the empty gate of Irtish, 3-2. The guests are giving up, and the team game of Pavlodar is bursting at the seams. The Almaty team, feeling its advantage, could not stop and continued to torment defensive redoubts of Irtish. Kuwat resends the ball to the opposite side of the field, where Kuantayev receives it, sends from far away, the ricochet and the fourth ball in the gates of Lorry. Strong-willed victory of the host, or the players of Dimitrov, will replay. The guests respond with dangerous free kicks, but Plotnikov played perfectly. The match was coming up to the finish, and Kairat had plenty of chances to increase the score. In the 87th minute, another fast attack of Almaty in the duel with Isail, Dispotovic completes with the kick of the last one, but the goalkeeper of the guests plays sloppy, and the fifth ball reaches the gate. 5-2 became a real defeat of Irtish. Is it possible in the civilized world of people not to hear about the word fitness? I think it is impossible. Fitness is done actively. Some people even devote their whole life to it. Of course, there are quite a few people who are quite skeptical about this type of sport. The English word fitness comes from the verb to fit, which means to be in a good shape or be healthy. But to research deeply, this is general physical training of the body of a person. The main secret of fitness is not in achieving high results in sport, but stimulation to a healthy lifestyle. All the trainings are based on bringing maximum benefit to the organism. Fitness is the developed practice of many professionals for many years: doctors, psychologists, athletes, and coaches. It is a synthesis of many years of experience fighting for human health and well-being. The first thing which pushes the person is his thoughts. I always tell the boys and girls about it. They first come, then generate, and in one wonderful moment, as usual, Monday comes, and the human decides, I will go to the gym. After coming to the gym, everything depends on the technique. It will also depend on the coach, how he can attract people's attention, and how he motivates. Further, all the technical and methodological work in the gym takes place, which brings its fruits. Fitness, it's not just certain types of exercise and a science that deals with this manifestation and formation of mechanisms of human motor activity and its influence on the body. The base of fitness is the knowledge of physics, chemistry, anatomy, physiology, psychology, etc. All of them are designed to increase the effectiveness of fitness training to reach improved performance of strength, endurance, and flexibility. The main effect of fitness is to activate anabolism, i.e., the accumulation of plastic substances forming tissues of the body, and power substances for life support. Now I want to say that Kazakhstan is experiencing a second boom of fitness in the country, thanks to our federation. We're doing everything possible and impossible, and sometimes even due to, but in spite of everything, we hold these events in order to say that we have and we want to work. As the curtain of summer flashed in Almaty, the competition Mr. and Mrs. Fitness Kazakhstan 2015 took place. The competition, which was held in 2 stages, was attended by both young and experienced athletes. I left the sport, although I was engaged in tennis for 10 years. Then I realized that it is necessary to be engaged in something else and went to the gym. I liked it, and after some amount of time, I was already involved and learned about the competition. I started to train and later met my coach. The competition consisted of 2 stages. In the first one, the participants in the training gym and running track demonstrated their power, speed, and endurance. Then they paraded in evening dresses and business suits and showed their beautifully folded shape. The difficulty is only to start, and after that you will see results and be sure what to do next when you see the fruits of your labor. You will want to continue and not stop, so the only difficulty is to start. It is not easy. A girl who is training to be a model physicist on such criteria, respectively, has to train a lot. She should exercise 5 to 6 times a week and keep a rigid diet. Good exercises and persistence will not work, as the girl who is here for the first time must feel the scene and move to the purpose. Before going to the podium, all the athletes have passed a hard way that took several months. And it's not just training in the gym, it's a proper diet and strict regime of days. Not everybody is ready to agree to such conditions, but the ones who dare to do it did not regret. The result of their work is not appreciated only by qualified judges, but also numerous spectators, many of whom urgently were going to the gym.
Честно, я не ожидала, что именно я возьму мисс Казахстан. 2015 год.
To tell you the truth, I didn't expect I would win because all the rivals were strong, beautiful, and in a good shape. I liked it. I thought it was possible, but when my name was called, I was very happy.
Возможно, как бы, есть такое. А когда сказали, что мисс Казахстан, это для меня вообще радость была.
Maral Apahaeva is the bronze medalist of the Federation Cup, champion of the Open Championship of Uzbekistan, as well as a bronze medal winner of the Championship of Kazakhstan in Central Asia, and won the title of Miss Fitness 2015 Kazakhstan. Among the men, the best one was Pazvan Halelov.
Причина у меня здесь мой муж. Он меня вел, конечно, в зал.
My major reason of coming here is my husband. He brought me to the gym and I started training. To tell you the truth, I was thick and weighed 66 kilos. I trained hard for myself and my husband to become more beautiful, and now I have been Miss Kazakhstan for half a year.
Чтобы красивее стать. И вот, за 1,5 года я мисс Казахстан.
10 девушек я их тренирую, из них вот самое тяжелое это жену тренировать. Ты не можешь на нее наругать, во-первых. Во-вторых, не можешь надавить.
I train 10 girls. The most difficult thing is to train your wife. You can't shout at her. You can't pressure her. You are sorry about it. But the advantage of it is to control her diet, her regime every day. It is hard when lovely wife or girl suffers from loading or dehydration. Keeping a diet is very difficult.
От весов и когда там обезвоживание, ну, скажем, когда даже диета, это очень тяжело.
Now the sportsmen start training for the Asian Championship, which will take place at the end of September in Tashkent.